The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think it'll be interesting to see. Rummenigge really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Mbappe! And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Strasbourg clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Baresi cuts out the pass. Neymar. Oh, this is a terrific run. Rashford gets into a good position. And this is Neymar. Now it's Olise. That's good play. Neymar!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Mateus. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Forlan crosses. Cleared without hesitation. That's really good defending. And he has been fouled there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Good-looking ball. Rashford absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And that's definitely not his best. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. No goals as yet. So what can they make of this? Now it's Mbappe. Robertson. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Olmo. Well, that looks a decent ball. Danny Olmo, and he shoots! They would have been quick to recover this. That's a half-decent try. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Great ball, and he's in here. He's gone for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Beckenbauer. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He is through here. In by Conte. Beckenbauer is there, and he can get that clear. Defending of the desperate variety. And now they can spring out of defence. Robertson. Good play on the left-hand side here. Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Baresi. Irwin. Opts for safety. Over to the left. Now it's Rashford. Oh, such a clever touch. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, Judge, surely! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Mbappe really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Rijkaard getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looking for the run. And it's Rashford. Rashford. Oh, nice touch. Well read. And the danger is averted. Forlan. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well measured. He's picked his way through. Header! No, not the best of headers. Robertson. Irwin. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Joelinton. Robertson is one whose deliveries will... And there is the half-time whistle. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Beckenbauer. Olise. And he's gone searching crossfield.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Robertson. For Joelinton. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Great chance here from position A1. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Olise! And the ball's come loose here. And that's a throw-in. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Irwin. Neymar. It's come through, and he's had a quick look inside. Olise will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Mateus did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And he gets rid in a hurry. Oh, that's a clever look. Terrific header! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
And he's forced to go back. And it's Conte. Kante going full tilt down the right-hand side. Zaire Emery, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Ah, he's fizzed it forward. And he goes cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Olise. Great defending, strong and determined. And still, we await the first breakthrough. That is what... Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? Beckenbauer going vertical. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Linton. Baresi. That's a good ball out wide. Olise looks to get on the end of this. Just about up to 75 minutes. Rijkaard cuts it out. Linton spread it left. Now it's Neymar. It's a really well-measured ball for Olise. And it's Neymar. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's been... Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Irwin.
Strasbourg couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Linton. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's really well manoeuvred. Dani Olmo.
Pretty robust defending.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Cambio di giocatori.
Strasbourg making another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Rijkaard. Strasbourg desperately searching for the winner here. Tries a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Great vision. That's a nicely shaped ball. That's an excellent interception. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Ecco la formazione.
Olise reaching 3 figures in terms of his appearances for the club.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get it through? Turns back here, probably the best option. Olise. Zaire Emery. And it's Joe Linton. Park Ji-sung. Now that looks a decent ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that was very necessary. Just eases him off the ball. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. And it's Xabi Alonso. Chance! He will be livid with himself. Irwin. Sends it crossfield. Rashford. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Zaire Emery. And this is Neymar. Rummenigge. Rummenigge! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Irwin with the short one. Can he finish? Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. It's loose now, and they want to get it back. That's a sharp pass.
This is the time you need that pace.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. And it's Rashford. Irwin for Olise. Park Ji-sung does well to get it back. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Rashford. Szoboszlai. Neymar. And no, he's seen through all of that. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rijkaard. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Gremio!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
Gremio have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And here's Elise. Elise. And it's Zaire Emery. Rummenigge. Tries a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That's a decent clearance. Xavi Alonso.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Soboslai makes the interception. Park Ji-sung is always scanning the pitch for targets. And the shot!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Good play on the left-hand side here.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now this could be a chance. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and failed to get his head up.
Batistuta. Neymar, who's set up one goal so far, stood up well to him there. Soboslai got a long way forward to join the attack.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Linton. Great defending, strong and determined. Over to the left. Now it's Tonali. An instinct. Oh, what a climb! Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. And Park Ji-sung! Good hit, kept the keeper honest. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Zaire Emery. And it's Rashford. And it's Neymar. Tries to play it through. Corner given. It's their second corner of the game. Irwin plays it short. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar plays it in. Corner number 3 coming up. Irwin goes short. Zaire Emery proves just a little bit too strong. And this is Neymar. Goes for a shot! Oh, he's hit the bar! Irwin. Rashford. Rashford is onto this. Takes a shot! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
So their fourth corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Now it's Olise. Olise! He's keen, determined to have his say. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Park Ji-sung. And it's Soboslai. Great vision. Park Ji-sung has it in a wide position. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Olise. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Olise has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Neymar tries to pass it through. That is a great pick out. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. He's looking wide. Now, can they get him away? And it's Neymar. He's gone for goal! Olise for Joelinton. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's had a hit! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's quick to get it clear again. And here's Neymar. Real chance!
Subtlety has gone out of the window. They have to force it any way they can now, Peter.
Batistuta! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Under an awful lot of pressure. Rummenigge driving forwards. And he's there to make the challenge. And here's Neymar. And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. And claimed it back swiftly. And this is Neymar.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Baresi does well to stand firm and defend it. And it's Neymar. That's good running with the ball. Rashford.
Ci sarà un minuto di
And
recupero.
that has been cleared. Is there any support? Big chance! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Your reflections then, Jim?
That's a fairly demoralising loss. They hardly threatened, and this was about as insipid as it comes.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Un bel ricordo della giornata.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability.
Shot a goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Linton. There's the crossfield ball. Olise. And Zaire Emery. Opts for safety. Shifted it to the flank. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Such good technique.
He's in space and looking for options. Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Rashford gets into some space. Linton. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's Neymar. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Olise. Oh, sweet feet. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. He is through here. Neymar. Oh, he's burst through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. No, he's not getting past him there. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that pass isn't the best. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Neymar. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Baresi. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Brzezinski. Yildiz. And it's Zanetti. Rashford. Rashford going full tilt down the left. Now it's Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, what has happened here? Elects to cross. It's a pretty loose pass. Knocks it out wide. Now it's Neymar. Rooney. That's Rijkaard. Zanetti. Played out to the right. That's a nicely shaped ball. Irwin. And it's Linton. Chooses to go cross-field. And it's Linton. Now it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Zanetti. Ball played for Rijkaard. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's really well manoeuvred. Baresi cuts out the pass. Brzezinski. Played out to the left flank. Tries to play it through. Mendes gets into it. And the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities, always fancies himself no matter what the situation.
Robertson goes on a charge down the left, and it's Joelinton. And here's Neymar. And he's there to make the challenge. And we've reached half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. And maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So, we're just settling back into this second half. So, the first half brought no goals. Can he finish? That is decidedly lacking. Rijkaard, a player who needs no introduction. Zanetti drives forward on the overlap. Yildiz, that's a cute ball. Oh, important interception. Rashford will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's managed to get free, and he lines up a cross, and it's safely in the keeper's hands.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just... And the shot! It's hit the upright. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Yildiz receives it in a wide position. That's very neat. No, he can't get past him. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Zanetti. Rosicki. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's there to belt it away. Showing good feet.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Olise picks it up out wide. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rijkaard. And still we await the first breakthrough. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Rummenigge.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Shapes to shoot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Rashford going face-to-face with his great rival. Rummenigge is fouled. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Irwin ready to try one. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Olise! Just off target.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And it's Mendes. And he's had it nicked away. Over to the left.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Zaire Emery can see things others simply cannot.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Nuno Mendes with the cross. He's got tall. Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Zaire Emery distributed tidily. Now it's Olise. Time added on will be 2 minutes. That's a lovely, neat pass. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. This looks promising. The cross. Chance! And that will be the final act. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack. And the outcome inevitable. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And already we're underway here. Rummenigge making his 300th appearance today. Just another reminder to those who missed the pre-game ceremonies.
Well, Peter, I can't attest to this personally, not having made it to that many appearances myself, but you only need to look around to see not just how much it means to him, but everyone that's here and beyond. This is a huge moment.
Now it's Mbappe. Can he finish? And he's lifted it over. Played it long, and it's Rashford. And that is as far as they're going to go. Rummenigge. It's a really well-measured ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That's a nicely weighted pass. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
That's a good ball out wide. That's headed upfield. Rashford going face-to-face with his great rival. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Showing good feet. Oh, shooting chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Olise can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Baresi. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against he rises! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's been taken short. And he whips it in. And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looks to the other side. Rashford. Zaire Emery conjures time and space where few can.
Toyama really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Olise providing an outlet on that flank. Van Dijk clears it away. They've played it short. Now it's Neymar. Olise. And it's Zaire. He's tried one! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Baresi. Looking to play him in. Oh, perfectly measured that. Now it's Neymar. Played out towards the right wing. Rummenigge. Rummenigge proves just a little bit too strong.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Nicked it back promptly. Messi. Aims beyond the defence. He's in plenty of space here. And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that was nowhere near his best. Beckenbauer did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Robertson, long ball looking to counter. Swung over. Busquets proves too strong. Now it's Messi. Linton. Zaire Emery. And it's Neymar. Mbappe. Oh, good spread. Messi drives it in. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Looking for options for movement. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Everyone, please.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Referee's had a good look and given a corner. That has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Rummenigge. Oh, super ball. Real chance! It's loose. Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Now that is commitment to the cause. It's their second corner of the game. Irwin plays it short. Joelinton. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he shoots! They've done it! There is the breakthrough! How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to...
Rashford! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Out of play for a throw. Threads one in, played into the box. And he's there to clear it. And it's Messi.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And he skips past his man. He's shifting through the gears here. And this is Neymar. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Robertson is looking to influence the game from out wide. There's the crossfield ball. There will be a throw-in. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Rashford. Now it's Mbappe, and the shot! And that has skinned the post.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
On the field, number 11.
So time for change,
Rashford.
and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
Substitution.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And that has put paid to that. Out to the left it goes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Nice bit of trickery. And he's managed to get free. Danny Olmo, he's had a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Busquets. Now Schlotterbeck. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bojan Krkic gets flagged offside. Baresi. Beckenbauer. Irwin. Just eases him off the ball. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Ooh, played through for the wide man. Great challenge, timed to perfection.
Still alert as ever. That's so well played.
Tries to play, shot a goal! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Rummenigge deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Irwin goes short. He is just caressing the ball. Good read, needed to be.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
It's just a silly one to give away at this stage of the game.
Neymar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter, and there was absolutely no space.
Great chance! Good strike, quite an alarm. Over to the left. Rummenigge. He's had it taken off him. Neymar. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Yeah, and I think the ref has just reminded him that he'd been warned earlier. Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Now, can they get him away? In by Bojan. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the...